Hello, nice to meet you.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Okay, since you're here in Seoul, what key messages will you take home from the WTTC Asia Summit?
First of all, it's been a great summit. I always tell people that I'm the most fortunate person because I work within the area of travel, which is fascinating, technology, which is all encompassing, and I do this in the Asia Pacific region. What the conference yesterday and today really reinforces is how much this industry continues to grow and continues to evolve. And really, it's all happening within Asia. So we've seen all of the statistics on Asia growth and on how Asia is driving the travel and tourism world in the next, decades.
Yes, very good. In what ways is technology is driving change in Asia?
Well, Asia in particular is very interesting because you have the effect of technology leapfrog. So countries like Japan and Korea and even India and others have been able to even bypass sort of the web age and go right to the new web. So you see, in particularly things like social media and things like mobile being just everywhere, and you see it, people walking down the street, people in public transit, and that's really fascinating, and it's part of people's core DNA, and it fits in very well with travel where there is no legacy. Travel is connected to technology.
Yes, very good. How have Asian consumers responded to the new ways of organizing their trips?
Well, I was actually, when you asked that question, I was thinking about a study that I saw where now more than 50% of travelers shopping for travel don't even know where they want to go. And it's all happening when people are like, I have this amount of time, I want to do something with my family, I want to be at a beach, and it starts in a very organic way, where in the past it was much more structured. They were like, we're all going on a tour to Tokyo or Osaka. So what's interesting is that with people searching for travel, sitting on the subway on their mobile device, or being on Facebook, looking at people being at the beach or something, it's completely changed the way people search for travel, and we in our company have to adapt to that search right at the beginning of the process.
What are consumers' expectations when booking to travel?
Well, I think what they're looking for is choice. So obviously, if you look at the travel industry, there's more and more choices in terms of hotels. You used to have a hotel. Now you have all kinds of different hotel products, from resorts, eco-resorts, whatnot. In terms of air, same thing. You have the traditional carriers, you have low-cost carriers, so there's much more choice. And I think where we come into play is to deliver that choice in a very focused way. And because we work in a B2B environment where our customers are actually travel agencies, it's empowered the travel agencies and it's made them more and more relevant.
Okay. So how can organizations stay ahead of tomorrow when the technology landscape is changing so quickly?
Yeah, your question raises two things, right? So it raises change and speed. And those are challenging things. So you also say, how can you stay ahead of it? It's hard. I think you have to have a culture that develops this sense of innovation. So we've done things around what we call juice labs, where we bring people in, customers or employees, to just go and think about crazy things. So one of the things that came out recently from a juice lab was to do voice recognition search. So rather than having to type all kinds of things and codes into a computer, you just say, I'm a family of 4, I want to go to the beach, and then the computer will come back with a bunch of choices. So I think those are the kinds of things that might sound a little bit crazy, but in 3 years, in 5 years, maybe that's the way we're all shopping.
Yeah, sure. And what messages do you have for the new startup organizations who are wondering what key technology to implement?
Okay, well, two things. One is don't try to do it all yourself. So you should really go to experts to get things done. Second thing is focus. I think a lot of, when I talk to startups or young people, they want to do everything. And we live in a world of niches. So first of all, make sure your business is niched, and then make sure that what you're trying to achieve is bite-sized. Because in technology in particular, if your scope is too wide, you're setting yourself up for disaster.
Okay, good advice.
Thank you.
And what are your predictions for the Asian travel landscape over the next 5 years from a tech perspective?
Yeah, I answered it a little bit before. So clearly, there's going to continue to be this organic growth, right? Every day, literally, thousands, if not million people, join the traveling class. That's number one. In terms of technology, clearly we are in a mobile age, we're in a social age, and I think we will continue. And I think that will grow more so. If you look at a lot of the booking patterns, they're sort of, that fast growth is easing. But if you look at mobile, it's just growing and growing and growing. And in markets like the US, last minute hotel bookings, it's a huge business. We also see mobile in terms of supporting travelers who need to make change, look at their itinerary, check the weather. That's clearly where we're at now, and I think within 3 or 5 years it's still going to be very much where we're going to be.
Thank you. So, what are the most significant developments from Travelport in Asia this year?
Yeah, two things we've done is we've recently launched something we call UAPI. Which is really an opening of our core system to outside content. So it's it goes beyond being an XML interface to being a really quick and efficient way to add non-traditional content. Things like ancillaries for airlines, rich content, any kind of long tail product that travel agents can sell. The other thing is we've taken a leadership position in our Travelport merchandising platform for air carriers. And this allows them to sell ancillaries, things like baggage, legroom, meals, things like this, which are the cornerstone of the low-cost carrier market. So what we've done is by launching this initiative, we've had a lot of great feedback from our airline partners. Not only the low-cost carriers, but also the traditional airlines, because if you look at the way that airlines are growing now, it's through the sales of these add-ons.
Thank you. How is the new office in Hong Kong?
Well, thank you for asking. Are you both going to come and visit us in Hong Kong? Okay, sure, you're always welcome. Listen, for us, Hong Kong's a very important market. First of all, Hong Kong's always been a gateway to Greater China. Number two is we are represented by both our brands, Galileo and Worldspan, in the Hong Kong market, so it's very important. We had a decision to make in Hong Kong as to staying in our existing facilities or moving to new facilities. We decided to move to newer, bigger offices. They're bright, airy, they have sea view, so I understand excellent feng shui, and it's just a great place to work. I was at the opening of our offices a few months ago. We invited guests and friends and colleagues, and it was really great. And I think the feedback from our team very legitimately was that it was a wonderful place to work, and we have an effort to make all of our offices a great place to work.
We'll just visit soon. Okay, so last question is here. So what are your key priorities going forward?
My key priorities never change. When I was a young man working in a hotel, I asked the general manager, like, wow, you're the general manager of the hotel, that must be such a tough job. And he said, my job is very easy. He says, I listen to my customers and I listen to my employees. And he says, everything else will take care of itself. I've done that throughout my working life. So my priorities continue to be listen to my customers, listen to my employees, make sure to be responsive, make sure to deliver value to our customers, make sure that our employees are engaged and committed. And if you do that, everything else takes care of itself.
Very impressive.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the interview.
Okay, thank you.